Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday, it's 2 minutes past 8, and it's the big metal detecting podcast. Where's me tracks? Where's me effects? There they are.
Welcome to the big metal detecting podcast.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you're all well. Big Metal Detecting Podcast, radio show here tonight and on the TV as well. Good evening to everybody. I hope you're all well. Scotty's having a few problems behind the scenes at the moment, as we generally seem to do. He's unable to actually open up the feed, attach it to his phone at the moment. So, in the meantime, we'll crack on with the news and views and let everybody know what's going on. So, first of all, tonight, big news for ourselves. Myself and Luke actually went to the National Council for Metal Detecting meeting this week, and it was a fantastic time again. Honestly, you learn so much. So much it's untrue. The information there, you know, there's lots that obviously we are unable to discuss. But the exciting thing for myself and Luke that we're able to discuss now is that myself, Luke, and a lady called Catherine Lang have been co-opted onto the, let's say, subcommittee of the National Council for Metal Detecting, and as publicity officers. And honestly, for ourselves, that, you know, we couldn't be happier. It's a fantastic thing for us. What can I say? Scotty's sussed it out. I can see Scotty's on the telly now. So he's quiet still at the moment, obviously, because I've got to go for the news and such like in a moment. But as I said, you know, thank you to all at the NCMD who voted us in. A byproduct of which is that the printed version of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine that comes out 4 times a year. Some of you all know it, some of you have read it, at Detectable, at Rodney Cook and such like. We will be hopefully including this within the digging deep of the NCMD as part of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine printed version. We will be putting information throughout social media, able to, you know, tell everybody what's going on. And we're really looking forward to being a part of that. It's a very, very proud feeling, and I know Luke feels exactly the same as I do. So, as I say, thank you to all and sundry for allowing us to be a part of the NCMD at that level. And hopefully we're going to get some more guests from the NCMD as well. One gentleman in particular, I'm hoping to get on to discuss what he's doing with regards green waste in metal detecting. Obviously, we all have a big product of that, problem with that. I just read a word on the screen and said it. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to that. On to the news anyway. A collection of 19 coins from the Iron Age has been unearthed in Suffolk and was a really unusual find for the area. The collection was found on land near Blythburgh in February last year. And the collection of coins, Iron Age, absolutely stunning. Have a look for it, same as normal. They look gold to me. I'm not 100% sure if they are, but they certainly look gold to me. They are, sorry. Gold status and quarter status that were attributed to pre-Roman tribal leader Adidamaros, king of Trinovantes. So have a look out for that online. Next up, a hoard of ancient Roman coins found in a Derbyshire field. Metal detector enthusiasts have unearthed a hoard of Roman coins in Derbyshire field. The coins dated back to the 4th century were discovered by Thomas Dobson and Robbie Wilson in Parwich. 61 coins, and they were classed as treasure this week. Another fantastic find. Well done to them chaps. Not so much a metal detecting find, but something I found absolutely brilliant. A medieval sword has been discovered in somebody's garage in an undisclosed location by a son who was clearing out his late father's belonging. It said that in its pitted condition, only a few swords from that era have survived, with most displayed in ancestral homes or museums. It's thought the weapon dates back to the 15th or 16th century and originated in the Scottish Highlands. Love that. Love swords. Fantastic. Brilliant. And finally in the news, as we'll discuss in the news articles area, Sean Sandercock with his valuable find. A HGV driver from Devon was stunned to discover a Henry VIII gold half sovereign worth thousands. Congratulations on that. Another fantastic find. Evening all in the chat rooms. The Spreaker chat room. Tony Kaywood, Adrian Gaylor, Lee Hull, Robert Hope. Thank you all for popping in there. And everybody on YouTube and on Facebook streams as well. So, I'm not going to have time to chat and type. The live version of the show today is going to be a little bit different because, happy birthday to. I'm just going to check because I've got to get the names right. Nellie Marie and Bonnie Higgins, Luke's daughters. It's their birthdays today. So many happy returns to the two girls who know you're watching. I've just had a little chat to off air, so merry birthday to you. And, of course, it was Pete Terrell's a couple of days ago from LP, so merry birthday to Pete. Tonight's hat, NCMD. See that bit? It's green, so the green screen plays on it. Major news this week to ourselves in the metal detecting community is that of what looks like a ram raid, and the store stole a lot of equipment from LP. Pete's obviously not very happy with the situation, and obviously from ourselves, if anybody is offered any products cheaper than they would be normally, please get the registration number, serial number, and contact Pete. Numerous things have been stolen, and obviously as a community we should stick together and help them out. And also, this takes place only a couple of weeks after Detectnics was also the same thing happened to them, where a lot of stuff was stolen. So please follow that up if you can. Contact Pete Terrell of LP with any information. We'd all appreciate that very much. While I was at the NCMD, we received two messages of finds. Stephen Aslett of Northwest Metal Detecting found a beautiful jewelled gold thing that looks like it's off some form of fob, watch fob thing. So fantastic that. And Stephen Gray found something. I'm sure it'll be one of his videos. Numerous gold-looking artifacts. It may be costume jewellery, but even so, it looks great. Waiting to follow up with Stephen because we're very, very busy, unfortunately. So I'll get back to him and see what was that. So that's about it with the news, I think. If there's anything I've missed, I'm sure I'll be reminded. Arc MD Mag TV is going great guns. We've got loads on there now. www.archmdmag.tv. Have a look at that. And let's meet our guest this evening. Good evening, Scotty. How are you?
Do you yourself?
Marvellous, pal. Marvellous. Lovely to see you. You've been a bit poorly today.
I am. I'm not the very best, but we'll get there.
Well, seeing you're small, if you get the same amount of viruses that I'd get, then obviously you're going to be iller than I would be.
Cheers for that.
When you're going to cut that off the back of your head as well.
Oh, this stays.
The rat's tail. Keep it there. So, Scotty, straight into it. How long have you actually been metal detecting?
I've been metal detecting was 5 years in January. Just gone.
And in that time, you know, you've got up to quite a lot.
Basically, obviously, you know yourself, I own probably the biggest group in the northeast of Newcastle. Obviously, known for the time detecting. The reason why that started out for is obviously I know how hard it is for people to get permissions. I was the first I was the same. I couldn't get a permission for ages. And obviously we come across a farmer, got talking, got some land, and there was too much land for me to ever cover in my lifetime. So I thought, well, for a small little fee for the farmer or the landowner, should I say, invite people along. So that's what I've done. And from that day, they just grew and grew and grew. And now we're well respected in the community of all the different farmers. We get offered our land nearly all the time. So, like I say, it opens the doors for other newbies. We welcome all newbies. We welcome kids. We welcome anybody who wants to just get into the hobby to see what it's like. They're more than welcome to come along and see what it's like on the digs. So, like I say, come along, see what if you like it before you start buying metal detector. We've got spare metal detectors. You can have a go off to see if it's the hobby you are interested in doing.
Before my next question, one thing I have forgot, Scott. You're also revealing the results of a competition you've been running on the North of Tyne Metal Detecting Club Facebook page tonight.
Yep, that's right. There was, if I can remember rightly, there was 272 entries. And what I'll do is I'll do a random number generator for the prizes. And obviously, this is one of the prizes, which is a silver ring with some nice pink stones in and white stones. It's full silver. Obviously, you get North of Tyne detecting sticker. Also, you get an Equinox sticker cover. Obviously, a Rutis key ring, bottle opener. The Archaeology and Metal Detector magazine sticker.
Huzzah!
And Goldsy cleaning mat. They can be washed in the washer as well, so they won't break when you wash them. Go in 30 degrees wash, and then obviously you can use it for anything. And that's probably about it. Oh, and don't forget a Renton's beanie hat as well.
Marvellous.
But if I want, I'll do that now. I'll kick it off for the winner. But bear with us because I'm having to use another phone to get the number generator up.
I'll tell you what, you pull it up and we'll continue chatting a little bit. So,
Yep.
North of Tyne Detecting Club on Facebook, you organise digs, as you said. Do you have a lot of people coming along to them?
Yeah, but we usually get a lot of people. Minimum at a time we've had on a dig has been about 40 to 50 people at a time. That's minimum. Like I say, we've got that much land. We can open as much land as we want, depending on how many people's there on the day. Like we say, we've got a dig coming up this Saturday in a town called Walk, which is not far from the Roman Wall. And Walk is a small village just not far from Bellingham in Hexham, Northumberland. And that village was known from the Saxons times. That's obviously when it was made, Saxon times. So there's potential, a lot of history in the area. So I'm looking forward to this dig on Saturday. This is the first dig we've had on a Saturday for a while.
And what is 8, 9 o'clock start, and then obviously as long as people want, or 4 o'clock finish or something like that?
Yeah, we usually start in the winter months. Usually start at 9:30 until about 4:30, 5. Some of months we start a bit earlier, and we just finish when it gets dark or we've had enough.
And you've had multiple successes on the digs as well.
Yeah, we have. Like I say, when we first started out, we've had, like I say, there's been 4 hoards found on the land, and obviously the land where the hoards were found, Detectorcon, is not far from where them hoards were found. So I've got really good hopes and potential for that land. There's a lot of history on that land as well. There's a old Roman farmstead up there. You've got what was it? A Roman settlement, Roman farmstead. You've got an old Basel. A Basel is basically a fortified farmhouse, and not far from that Basel as well, as part of an old castle. And there's like I say, it's not far from the Roman wall either. And it's just the land's amazing. I know it's going to hold some potential. Well, I'm hoping anyway.
Fantastic. And you've had Bronze Age up as well, a few Bronze Age hoards, or is it just the one?
it's classed as two separate hoards of Bronze Age because they were so far apart and there was different objects in each hole. One of my friends, one of the lads on North Time Detecting Facebook page, obviously he found what he believed to be part of a Bronze Age pot and a Bronze Age axe head, which we later on, and part of a Bronze Age sword handle, and then later on we found out that part which he thought was a Bronze Age pot come as part of the Bronze Age sword.
Mm.
So that was like 3 objects there in one hole, that's classed as a hoard. And then about 100 metres down the field is when we found the other part of the blade of the sword, a few turret rings and a few bits and bobs. So that was classed as another hoard. And obviously the big hoard as well found, which was the Roman hoard of silver and bronze coins and Roman silver jewellery. So it's been productive.
And then, of course, you took a wee road trip last April, talked some friends into going, and you were privy to one of the year's biggest metal detecting finds.
Yeah, it was. That was Spring Detectable. And that was an experience anybody could ask for. It was amazing. It's hard to explain what it was like because you have to be in that situation for it to happen to yourself. But it was just amazing, the hoard, the feeling of the gold coins. Every time one was popping up, we're like, yes, it's gold. And, it was just an amazing experience.
And you obviously stayed for several more days as well to secure the site.
Yeah, but did obviously we're on night duty watching the hoard 24/7 until obviously the archaeologist got back in the morning, and it was just all the adrenaline just going through you. It was just like, has it really happened? Has it really happened? And it wasn't until about a week later on the way back home, we're like, hey, it did happen. It's happened to us. It's happened to us.
And you had temp problems as well.
Don't even talk about the tent problems.
And that's why you turned up at Detectable in a camper van.
Oh, yeah. That was good fun, that.
It was exceptional good fun. So, what finds have you had personally that you think are above and beyond all others that you've had yourself?
I like my new Oak Sage shilling. That was my first ever hammered coin I ever found when I was metal detecting. And I didn't have another hammered coin after that one until it was Spring Detectable. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
It was like 3 years till I had another hammered coin. Obviously, it's Spring Detectable, obviously the hoard and stuff. But not long ago, recently, I found a bronze stag head, which is possibly Roman. That's probably one of my best ones. And also David II Groat as well, which is Scottish hammered. And they probably need 3 best finds up to now, for the hoards, obviously.
Yeah, marvellous. And you obviously, do you get out? I know you've got your own job and what have you, but do you get out in the week, or is it just basically weekends?
Basically, I just get out on a weekend, and I go on the land on a weekend when I have the digs. So me and the marshals are detecting amongst the rest of the members who come along. We never ever do the land before we have good digs on the land's virgin. That's it, done. And usually we tend not even to have an extra dig on the same land. It's always new fields added to the land which is already there. If they want to do that, it's depending on the situation of what's getting found and whereabouts it's getting found. If the members want another dig on there, they're more than welcome. If not, we go up with new land, and we just keep it like that. It keeps everything better and fun for people instead of keep on doing the same land over and over again.
Do you know, Scotty, I've only just realised myself and you actually met via winning one of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine's first online competitions, and you won was it a Macro Racer Cruiser? Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I remember that.
And that's how we originally met, because we'd not communicated much before that, and obviously meeting each other at Detectable, communicating through the North Tyne group. We've now we've met twice personally at Rodney Cook and Detectable. So as I say, it's just occurred to me that was the case. Did you get much use out of that machine?
I didn't really know. I went for straight. I had the Equinox, and the Equinox stuck to his. I don't get us wrong; they're a good machine, but I just didn't like the fact it likes Coke, if you know what I mean. And I thought I just stuck with the machine. I don't like going shopping for machines until I've got to know the machine properly, and I'm still learning on the Equinox, to be honest. I've had that since it first come out. But you learn something new each day as it comes, what all the different signals are and depths, if there's signals of gear. And
so you're using solely the Equinox, and you've been using that a while now.
Yeah, I've used the Equinox since it's come out. That was the very first one with a wobbly shaft.
What other machines have you had in the past then, Scott, in the last 5 years?
When I first started out metal detecting, my first ever machine I bought was a Technics Eurotech, and I got that from Unearthed, and I had a big problem with that, so obviously sent it back. They just give us a refund. It was a dodgy batch or whatever, so I decided to buy myself a Marco Racer, the red one, and that's when I found my new Obsidian, and that was with the Marco Racer. There was a good machine.
Yeah.
And obviously, I sold the Marco Racer and saved some more funds up, and now I went and bought the Equinox. I've just had the Equinox since.
I've not tried the Equinox. It is one of the machines that I'd love to try. Obviously, there's a lot of great feedback, and MindLab, one of the main detecting brands that there is. You know, I've not heard many people complain about a MindLab in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, well, when I first got it, I was like, from jumping from a Marco Racer to a Equinox, the tones were totally different. I was doing nothing but dig iron, believe it or not, for the first 6 months. I was like, there's something wrong here, but I just stuck at it, and then you learn the different tones and the different IDs and all that, and then you just obviously you just like I say, you just learn the different signals, which ones to leave, which ones to dig.
Have you not considered another machine, Scott?
I want to try the Rootis. I want to give that a go.
Well, obviously,
I've heard nothing but good things about them, so I'm hoping one of the Rootis crew in a Detectorcon can lend us a machine so I can have a go to see if I like it or not.
And you've just alluded to Detectorcon, which we're going to come on to later. Scott, do you want to do your draw round now?
Yes, I can do. If you give us 2 seconds. Like I say, there's 272. I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit poor, the thing, but the random number generator.
Yeah, see that? Yeah.
We're going to just press generate. And
217
is the winner.
So what does
that person can send one of me a message or Dave a message, and we'll get your postal address, and I'll get them posted out to you.
So you've issued each person who's commented on the competition a number, and obviously they know what number it is. Or you'll check. You'll check later. You'll go through the list if they're not listening.
Yeah, that's right. And I'll just send them a message letting them know that they've won.
So what have they won then, Scott?
They've won a 925 sterling silver ring with pink and white gems in it. They've won a Renton's beanie. They've won a Goldsy cleaner mat. They've won a Rootis key ring. No for the time detecting stickers, and also an for the Tynes special edition, limited edition, was only 15 made Equinox cover sticker. Obviously the Archaeologist Metal Detecting Magazine sticker, and that's about it.
Well, fantastic, Scott. Thanks for doing that on the show. I hope you get a lot of good feedback from that. Well done to winner, number 217. I didn't get a number, sadly. I commented, but no one gave me a number, so I don't get to win my own sticker. Now, we've been in communication about one of your projects that's coming this year, major projects.
Yeah.
We've been in communication for a while, and you were able to release the details a couple of weeks ago. So, Scott, tell us about Detectorcon.
Well, Detectorcon, you can find I'll give you the link for the, obviously all information will be found at www.northofthetyne.detecting.com. That's our website, and all information's on there about the event. But basically, it's obviously the first ever big event, which is happening up in Northumberland, which is not far from the Roman Wall. We've got about 900 acres. It's in there. It's basically... I'll tell you. It's basically, we have a whopping 900 acres of previously undetected land in a historical rich area near Bellingham, Northumberland. There will be live entertainment, a marquee with traders, full licensed bar, food stands, fire pit, prizes, raffles, on-site camping, and more. Obviously, the tickets are limited, so once they go on sale, if these are not fast, unfortunately, that's it. We can't be giving you any more because it's limited.
And when are they going on? When are they going on sale, Scott?
Hopefully, they'll be on sale by tomorrow evening.
Fantastic. Good day to do it.
Yeah, so fingers crossed it should be on tomorrow evening.
One of the things that you just read it on the website itself, the land itself boasts some fantastic features, including a basel. What's a basel?
A basel is basically a fortified farmhouse.
Never heard of that one, to be honest. I'll be looking into that. You've got a Roman road, a Roman fort, Roman farmstead, remains of an old castle, medieval crop marks and stone ruins. So far, 4 hoards have been found within 1 mile of the rally site, Bronze Age and Roman coins and jewellery, which I take it the ones we discussed earlier.
Yep, and if people are getting a bit stuck, when they open the page up and you can see where it says tickets on sale soon, if they click that box, the yellow box underneath the Detectorcon sign, it brings up the picture of how much the tickets are going to be.
Uh-huh. So what are the prices, Scott?
The prices for a full weekend camping, that's them there, you've just been on it. For a full weekend camping is £50 plus booking fee. That gets you detecting on the Friday afternoon as well. The Saturday and Sunday day tickets are £30 plus booking fee. In non-detectorist tickets, that's including camping for the full weekend, is £25 plus booking fee.
Fantastic. And I bet you're well looking forward to it.
I am. Just an announcement as well, since we're live, there will be, I don't know if we've put it on the website just yet, but there will be you won't be able to bring pets to Detectorcon. That's the landowner's rules, unfortunately.
Right. And one of the things you're also doing, you're going to be burying a £100 coin somewhere on the land.
I am, yeah. They might not be together, but they might be together.
And you've got loads going on. You've got the Pizza Paddock, Calder Organic Meats, Crafty Gin Company. You've got evening entertainment. You've got trade stands. Ourselves will be there. Obviously, we'll be putting out, I think, our second edition of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine. You'll also, I know for a fact, you'll have the National Council for Metal Detecting there. Who else have you got, Scott?
Yeah, at the moment, we've got Rentons is coming along. Rootis is coming along. Hopefully, Goldsy can make it. And there's a few other stores, but we just haven't really give the invites out just yet, which will be probably going out by tomorrow evening as well. So, just like I say, keep an eye on the website. Whoever's going to be there on the event will be obviously on the website. But obviously, we've got Crawford's coming along there, one of the main sponsors of the Detectorcon. Hopefully, we've got Mine Lab coming. So it's going to be a lot of people, and it's going to be fun and entertainment.
And myself and Luke will hopefully be live from the event numerous times. We'll obviously speak to yourself, because even though you're going to be busy, I'm going to kidnap you at some point. And you've got so much going on, and kudos to you for bringing another event. Obviously, we've got Detectable, we've got Spring Detectable, we've got Rodney Cook Memorial Rally, But I know for a fact I was speaking to someone at the NCMD meeting, and they were really happy because they don't really like travelling too far, and living just over the Scottish borders, they are definitely going to be attended by the sounds of it. So obviously it's great having something up the north for people who can't travel that far.
Yeah, that's it. Like I say, I think this is the first ever big event in Newcastle, to be honest.
And you've also got, I know there's several Team Rootus UK members coming, so probably a small stand from Rootus as well.
Yeah, but like I say, it'd be nice to have all the different people like different machines and makes, and it'd be nice just to get the community together.
And John Cooper has announced to let us know, Scotty, the winner is Colin McKinnell. So the winner of your prize draw tonight, Colin McKinnell. Well done, Colin.
Well done, Colin.
Excellent. So tell me more about Detectable. What types of things are you expecting to be found? Now, I know you've said something off the record to me. I don't know if you're going to give mention to it, that there's something that you expect to be found, perhaps.
To be honest, I've got high suspicions that there is going to be a Roman hoard found, because of where the other Roman hoards come from and the other hoards, and the way the roads and stuff was, looking back on old maps, it's just leading. I can't really give out exact much details because it will give away exactly where the land's going to be for Detectorcon. But the roads just follow it to this simple place where I reckon there's going to be a hoard come off there. And that is this Saturday field, if people really wanted to know where I reckon the hoard's going to come from.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, certainly. And for those on the TV, I apologise that I've had to move. I've got cramp. Gonna have to find a way to get rid of this cramp. I think it's the squash position I found myself in. But hey, look, the big detecting TV show. You can see that. Brilliant. Ouch. Sorry. Other things that you found, Scott, gives an idea of the variety.
Yeah, what's that, sorry?
The finds that you've had, you mentioned a few earlier. What other have you got? What variety?
Really, in the area for Detectorcon, there's a chance of obviously medieval, which probably is like, I don't know, hammered coins or brooches. Obviously, you've got Roman artefacts. There's chances as well bronze artefacts, which is Bronze Age. That's what the area gives off anyway around there from previous things we've had in that area. We've obviously, like I say, we've had Roman, canny few bit of Roman, obviously. A lot of hammers have come off one of the fields previous on one of the digs, so it's in that facility, so I reckon there should be a lot of good finds come up.
Did you just say canny?
Canny?
Yeah.
I probably did that.
What does canny mean?
Like as in good.
Ah, okay. I didn't know really, I just wanted you to explain.
Cheers.
Well, sadly for me, the company I work for, we've just been put on 34 hours as of today due to the coronavirus. So, sadly in some respects, but in other respects, every Friday I've got off for at least the next 6 weeks, so I'll hopefully be able to get out and about myself detecting and see what I can find. So,
it'd be nice to get out.
Oh, it will. I don't think I've been out this year yet. We're in February. I've not been able to get out, and my arm's twitching. So as soon as next Friday, as long as the weather's well, I'll be doing that. But as for now, I'm stuck doing nothing. So for people who are interested in metal detecting with North of Tyne detecting, or being a member of it, how do they go about that, Scott?
Basically, what they do is if they want to be part of obviously our club, just search North of the Tyne Detecting on Facebook, click add, answer the questions. Me or Andrew will accept yous, and obviously just buy by the rules. We're a good club. There's no argument. There's no bickering. It's well monitored. It's private as well, so you don't, even if you don't buy by the rules, you don't get a warning. You'll just be blocked and removed because we're not that kind of group. We're in it, the hobby to enjoy it, not to be bickering everybody. Any fines you find, you can post on. We're not going to slate any fines. A fine's a fine, even if it's a ring pull, it's a fine in my eyes. You've been out there, you've braved the elements, it took you 2 hours to get that ring pull, it's still a fine. And also, just to keep an eye on the event section, all our events get posted on that section, and all the postcodes and stuff get put on there the day before the event, so just keep an eye on that. And if you want to join one of the club digs, just click going and turn up that postcode on that day and that time when it's been said on the event, and that's it.
One of the other things that we haven't mentioned as well about North of the Tyne Detecting is the charity work that you've done. Tell us about some of the things that you've done with that.
Well, basically what we do is, obviously, I know there's a lot of charities out there, but the way we look on it in my area, well, the North East should say, there's nothing really out there for kids. They've got no parks to go to, there's no youth clubs, they've all been shut down, the government don't fund anything, so North of the Tyne basically help the local kids out as best as we can. We're hoping for Detectorcon. There's in my area, there's no parks for the kids. The closest one's probably about a 40-minute drive away or something like that, a decent park. Because the local one got burnt down, so some of the money we're raising from Detectorcon, we're going to be hoping to pay for a park to get put back in its place where it used to be for the local kids to go and enjoy it.
And obviously you've done things for the judo club.
The judo club, them got to go internationally to fight in a competition. They needed funds to go to do that. Obviously, local kids football club as well. We desperately needed new strips, so we paid for the new strips for them to obviously go out and do the football competitions. We've also donated money to cancer research. Also, the Headley Foundation Fund, that is for disabled kids at school. We've donated some money to them.
Fantastic, kudos for that. Now, Luke's prompted me to ask you a question regarding a hand on the beach.
Yeah, that was well, it was strange. Well, obviously, when I first started metal detecting, I was just literally 3 days before we went to the beach, there was a big storm. And obviously we come across this hand on the beach, right? Anyway, we obviously phoned the police. Police come and they had to send forensics and stuff. The forensics were there, and this hand does look like a hand. And the police says, we'll get back in touch with you, let them know exactly what it was. The police did not get back in touch, and they did not tell me what it was. And then literally a month later, it was so strange, they had archaeologists on the island of Whitley Bay Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Literally a month after we found this hand, and they come across old medieval burials.
Wow.
And it was strange. They did say in the Newcastle Chronicle that it was a seal hand, but I don't know. It didn't look like a seal hand to me.
And there's never been back with any results, findings?
No, nothing. Nobody got back to her, nothing. No phone call, no email.
So what was your reaction when you found what you found?
Basically, once I saw it, we're only on the beach 5 minutes detecting. Once I saw it, I felt sick and wait, the police coming. I haven't been back to that beach metal detecting, believe it or not.
You got to go back.
So freaky.
Got to go back. You've got to go back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it wasn't a pleasant thing to find.
Unbelievable. I've also got to give mention tonight, Scott. Me and you have been tagged in a post. Yvonne London Marchant, her beer. She's a creator. She's a micro brewer, basically. She's hoping to grow bigger in the next year or so. And she made a archaeology and metal detecting magazine beer, real ale, for Rodney Cook Memorial last year. How nice was that?
What's that, Dave? Say that again, that last bit.
Yvonne's real ale that she brewed last year.
Oh yeah, she's got to bring some for Detectorcon. That's the best ale you'll ever taste. It was lovely.
It was. And it wasn't Indian Pale Ale, it was New Zealand Pale Ale.
Yeah, even nice. So a big thank you for that.
Very much looking forward to that. You, going back to Detectable and the Hambledon Horde, obviously your reaction was there. Everybody knows your reaction. What was the reaction of Andy and the other lads?
Oh, speechless. I've never seen Andrew, of how long I've knew him for. The smile, he could not wipe it off his face. It was just amazing. With the lads who found it, was just all adrenaline, just like sort of brought them closer. If anything, like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was amazing. One of the best lifetime experiences I've ever had.
And going back again to the Hambledon Horde, what era was it? Medieval era was it? And do you know how many coins are actually been found up to this point?
If I can remember rightly, there's 12 gold coins, and then Edward III, and I think it was about 700 silver coins, which then were Edward the second and Edward the third, I think it was. But there's some unique ones in there. They've been minted in Ireland, but they've got stamped that have been minted in London. So they've got the unique kinds and stuff. There's some really rare ones in there amongst them.
And on our behalf, Luke's actually shown at the moment a YouTube video. I think it is Dirt Diggers UK, Scott and Kimmy's video. Actually, at the moment, showing things as it happened, and we were able to produce via North of Tyne all the images and videos, as well as we had people on site who were reporting for us, and the excitement, not just for the finders, not just for yourself, but all the people surrounding the area, all the people in the yellow jackets. The excitement factor was beyond belief.
It was so much. It was just amazing. The adrenaline that went through you was just immense. It was just, like, just looking back at this video now, that was the first couple on the shovel, and then it just got deeper and deeper, and the more were coming out, and it was amazing.
And it was spread out.
Yeah, it was a scattered horde.
Yeah. Did you actually find anything of the coins at all, or obviously friends?
No, obviously I was on a different field. There was Andrew Winter, Toby, and Matt in Denarius, or whatever his name is. Sorry, I can't see his name. But they were on one field, and I was on another field, and I heard word that there was a horde found. And as I was talking to the marshal, my friend Andrew rang and says, "It's us who found the horde. Get yourself over here." And when I obviously got there, they had that shovel just out as I got there, and there was about 6 or 7 coins on that shovel. And so from that point on, that's when I was metal detecting the area with them, and I recovered in one hole 37 silver hammered coins out just one hole.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
There was one here and 2 there, and it was all just dotted all over. Eventually everyone was just not everyone helping themselves, but the people who were meant to be there were like basically recovering the coins from the surface, because the one
shelling peas.
Yeah, the gold coins, you were lucky if they were 2 inches deep.
Wow. And there's so many people I've spoke to who were actually in the area and stopped or didn't go that particular way, who nearly went over it. They were just on the outskirts of where it was. So it is a classic case scenario of going over it, the luck and going over it and everything.
Yeah, well, Andrew Winter, obviously that's one of the lads who found it. What happened was I was finding artifacts on this field. I found a little hammer. I found a Roman nail, part of a quarter bell, and he basically spat his dummy out and walked off. And that's when he come across these on the horde on the field. So it was good, like.
That's fantastic.
Stamping his feet, and then he comes across the hall.
Yeah. So what's next? Other than Detectorcon, what's planned? Whereabouts is your club dig this weekend? What area?
In the area of Walk.
Walk.
Which is not far from. Yeah, it's not far from Bellingham.
What is that? Walk as in WARK or LK?
WALK. Yeah.
And for people who are interested, obviously they need to find the group, North of the Tyne Metal Detecting Group on Facebook. Look at the events page and obviously communicate with yourself and the other organisers.
Yeah, I just saw a question pop up there saying, has the hoard been valued yet? If you know how the Treasure Act was, it takes a few years, could take up to 3 to 4 years before anything gets valued. Obviously, they've got to weigh each coin, they've got to take pictures of each coin, they've got to measure each coin, and obviously it goes to valuers, gets valued, and then obviously the finders get a finding fee, and obviously that gets hot with the landowner, but it can take up to a few years before you hear anything back from it.
Yeah. And we're all waiting for bated breath, and hopefully Spring Detectable this year, what is it now? It's 2 months away. We'll hopefully have some form of... It is, yeah. It's February the 14th, tomorrow, Valentine's Day, so 2 months and a week or so. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to that, and that will be the first edition of Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine for this year. For people, I keep mentioning it, the hard copy, the paper version of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine. If you are interested in having any articles or submissions, please feel free to contact myself or Luke, and we'll go through the process of sorting that out. And if you want anything put on the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine and for people to read or look at, again, please contact us. I've only just realised today, accidentally, I'm not getting any notifications via the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine Facebook group. And the notifications for me, the important ones, are the people who contact us. And I've only just noticed while flicking around tonight that the contact us button is working and there's multiple mails in the box. So I apologise on mine and Luke's behalf for those who we haven't communicated with. And I'll spend this weekend catching up with them. So apologies again. Scott, anything else you want to discuss or give mention to, or any person or anything?
Not really. Are you still there?
I'm still here. You've paused, but we're still here.
I don't know how. Oh,
there he is. Don't take any notice of the picture. The picture will sort itself.
I would just like to say, obviously, thank you for Andrew Winter and the other admin, obviously keeping an eye on the group. And obviously to all my marshals who help us out on the digs, like Scott, Jackie, Helen, and David, or everyone who just basically helps us out and keeps the group going. Yeah. That's all I would like to say. And obviously, thank you for helping us do the North of the Tyne Detecting website as well, which has been a big help with getting everything done. And
I've got to say, Scott, it's north of the Tyne Detecting.com. It's a lovely looking site, mate. Fair play. It's clear. It's concise. All the information's there on every page. All the links automatically set up, and it's a lovely looking Facebook group. Well done. Facebook group website. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Somebody, I think it was Scotty Bea, mentioned earlier, we won't go into detail, but there was a very unique way that you were woken up at Detectable.
Do I have to go into that?
No, we won't go into it. But I have to give mention.
That doesn't happen this time.
It will. as long as Katrina gives me license to kill.
I don't know if she's going to make this one.
Oh. She enjoyed sitting outside the thingy while you were metal detecting all day, I'm sure.
What was that, metal detecting at the pub?
No, she enjoyed sitting outside the van drinking while you were metal detecting.
Yeah, nothing new there.
She actually had a go, though, didn't she, as well, during the event?
She had a go.
And then went back, sit outside the camper van again.
It was too hot that day. It was ridiculous, the heat.
Well, Scotty, thank you very much for coming on tonight. You've lasted longer than I thought because, as you've said, you've been ill all day in bed, as we can tell by your dapper dressing gown.
There's nothing the matter with my dressing gown, look.
Oh, it's a Geordie one as well. Superb. You have an ex-Newcastle United player come round your house to do with one of your charity events, something like that, last year?
No, what happened is obviously we got some limited edition cups made for the Tynes detecting, and obviously he bought one. He's on the website, and he come around the house. Well, Andrew Winter, admin of the group, it was his legend when he was younger, growing up, watching him play football. So I decided, as a present to Andrew, the hole he found when it was in the Treasure Hunt magazine.
Yeah.
I got the football player to sign it to give the magazine to Andrew.
Are we mentioning his name?
Who's that? Sorry.
The football player.
I forgot his name.
Scotty all over. Oh, by the way, I've just searched to start Tempest Metal Detecting. That's the group that I'm loosely coordinator. We've not done anything together for a year or so, but we're all there for each other anyway. So hello to all at Tempest, Lisa, Graham, Dave, Colin. Hopefully he's bearing up better now. Jim, Gareth, Jace, Nat. Hello to everyone from Tempest. I hope you're all well. And I've also got to say hello to one of my colleagues at work, Leighton Jones, better known as Jonah, who started listening to the podcast. And he's gone through every single one and he's thoroughly enjoyed them, to the point that he's actually now in the process. Well, he was in the process of sorting out a metal detector. He's going for the Simplex by the sound of it. So can't wait to take him out and about. That'll be all sorts of fun, I'm sure. So evening to Leighton. Finally, before we go, Scott, I'll do my normal shout-outs. Obviously, for people who are listening and are interested, we have the Big Metal Detecting Radio Show Facebook page. We also have the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine Facebook group, which is obviously the one where we all communicate with each other all the time. And then as our news service and funnies and images and all sorts on the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Facebook page. If you go to www.archmdmag.com, you'll be able to find all them links on the main, on every page, because there's a sidebar with them all on. So feel free to come along. You'll be gratefully received. As well as that, thank you as ever to Treasure Hunting Magazine, to Leisure Promotions. We all hope that you get everything sorted, and the people who actually did the burglary gets a good old-fashioned slap on the wrists. To Regdon's, obviously, Scotty and North of Tyne Metal Detecting Club, South Coast Detecting YouTube, Metal Detecting Media Facebook, South East Metal Detecting Rallies, Stephen Pettican, Dirt Diggers UK, Scott and Kimmy, got it right. Find a Field Metal Detecting Club on Facebook, Tony Kaywood for all his work behind the scenes on our Big Metal Detecting Facebook, Big Metal Detecting Radio Show Facebook group, and of course his YouTube TC Detects. To Gary Cook and all at RCM, to Gary Blackwell and to Mark Betcher. So there you go, everybody. That's it. That's Scotty Bea. Scott, it's been a pleasure having you. Thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you very much for having us on the show, and hopefully see everyone at Detectorcon.
Certainly hope so. Something just went me through my head that I had to mention then, and it's gone because I mentioned Scotty instead. No, gone. Thanks to everybody looking on the live feed. Thanks to Luke, obviously, for doing that and all his hard work as well. Couldn't do anything that we do without Luke as a part of it. I'm Dave Sadler. Oh, that's what I mean to mention. Next week is That's Brad, the YouTuber. That's Brad. So looking forward to speaking to him. I'm Dave Sadler from the Archaeology Metal Detecting magazine. This is the Big Metal Detecting radio show. Have a nice evening, everyone. Good night, Scott. Scott's already gone. Good night, everyone.
The Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine acts as a hub for information, offering articles from archaeologists, detectorists and other specialists throughout the genre, featuring many links, event info and news articles associated to archaeology and metal detecting. We also offer professional review services and promotion for books, resources, videos, documentaries, gadgets, equipment and much, much more. The magazine is run by the archaeological and metal detecting community for the archaeological and metal detecting community. So come visit us at archmdmag.com, that's archmdmag.com, and check out information from our media section with all the latest content, news from the Archaeology channel, podcasts and the YouTube channels that feature the now legendary Digger Dawn, the Man with the Hat and Archeo Duck, just to name a few. If you would like to offer an article, link or inquire about other services, then pay us a visit at archmdmag.com and drop us a line.